Hello guys, and today I'm going to discuss why you should always be absolutely sure if you think you have checkmate that it really genuinely is checkmate, okay? And this is going to be what is known as a Botez Gambit. Now that is not a proper well-known term in chess, but is known in the modern world, okay? And basically there are a couple of Twitch streamers who are gaining more and more popularity called the Botez sisters, okay? And basically they stream chess games that they play with other people, and they are willing to play ordinary people, despite the fact that one of them is a women's fied master. And they share their experiences and talk to their opponents online, okay? Anyway, they've coined the term the Botez Gambit as a joke. And what it means is when one of them loses their queen as a blunder, okay? But rather than admitting it's a blunder, if they do this, which they do it occasionally, they say it's a Botez Gambit, but in reality it's a blunder, okay? Anyway, bear that in mind. So now, let's look at a game that I was playing, okay? I'm playing with the black pieces, okay? And my opponent is playing with the white pieces, okay? Now, I move my rook ready to try and check the king. For some reason I don't understand, they've moved their pawn to attack my knight. So I take the knight, I take the pawn, so wait, they then take the knight, so I'm now a knight down, just check that again, but their knight is currently trapped. So because they have their knight in front of my king, it's currently trapped. Now I move my king up, sorry, apologies, I move my rook up, sorry, to stop a pawn being moved. I had a plan, but I couldn't remember what it was now, but it's not relevant to the ending anyway. This is where it gets interesting. They then move their queen. I then take the bishop. So it's a pawn with my bishop. I then take the pawn with my bishop, okay? Now, because of how things are at the moment, they cannot take my bishop using the pawn, because the pawn is pinned next to the king, is pinned in with my rook, stopping it. And if they take my bishop with the rook, they will lose their rook, and they cannot take my queen off because the pawn and the knight are pinned in. They can't move because of the position of the king. Now, this is where white thought they were going to be very, very clever, and they thought they got checkmate. They then moved here. And there was another reason why I did what I did, because there was a risk at some point I might get checkmate. They might try and turn that into that pawn to a queen. Anyway, the next move is absolutely lethal. It looks like checkmate if you look quickly, but it isn't. Often people get checkmate in this position, in a position like this, by having the queen directly next to the king and having another piece protected. However, it's not checkmate for a couple of reasons. One, I could have took the queen with my queen. Then it would have essentially offered a queen exchange. And my opponent would then have lost their knight as well. But I did an even better move than that. I simply took the queen off using my knight. And they cannot take my knight off using their knight because their knight is pinned in. So as part of the next move I could have done is I could have moved the rook up to take the knight, which would have been check. And then I could have done a lot of moves which could be potentially very dangerous. Instead of actually carrying on, once they realised their mistake and they saw me take their queen off, they simply resigned. So basically they lost a queen due to a blunder, and they couldn't even take my knight off as compensation for taking their queen, because the knight is pinned in. Therefore, that is an example of a Botez Gambit losing a queen without any compensation, okay? It is a blunder, okay? And they noticed their blunder and they resigned. So the moral of the story is, before trying to get checkmate, make sure it really, genuinely is checkmate. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.